Hey, what up? It's Brad with Home Love Construction, and in this video I want to answer a question that I'm getting asked more and more often as the Tampa Bay area gets built up more and more and there's less space to go out. We start thinking about going up. The question is, can I add a second story to my home? And the short answer is, in most cases, yes, you can. Now, let me tell you about the limitations super briefly so that you can have an educated entry point into this subject, so to speak. So, to add a second story to a home, a couple things have to be present. Even if you have a block home, you're gonna have to increase the size of the footings, which means all along the exterior wall of the home, they're gonna have to dig down and add more concrete, bottom line. In addition to that, you're probably gonna have to cut some vertical channels, some channels up and down in the side of the block home and fill it with concrete to just reinforce it more so it can take the added weight of the second story that you're putting on the first story existing walls. That's the first thing to consider. The second thing is, when you add a second story above an existing roof, you rip the roof off. You know what's attached to the roof? The ceiling and all the stuff in your attic, which usually includes ductwork, insulation, electrical, sometimes even plumbing, low voltage, and a myriad of other things. All that has to be totally ripped out and totally run back new. So keep in mind that that has to be done during the process of a renovation like this. We've done a lot of these, and that's something that almost always gets overlooked at first by the homeowner, but then once we educate them on that, get them trained up on what's required, then they're like, wow, this is a pretty substantial project here. I now understand the price tag. So that's one thing to consider. The last thing to consider is, if you are in a wood frame home, all is not lost. What you can do in a wood frame home is you can actually take the drywall off from the inside, and you can actually add vertical posts that are set in concrete footers down below the house. If you have like a crawl space, you can add the concrete, you can add the posts going up, and then you can hang everything on that new support structure. So you're reinforcing the existing structure, the first floor walls, with those big, I'm talking posts that are like that big around, and then you just put beams up above that support the second story. So you can do this also in a wood frame home. So that's a quick primer on whether or not you can add a second story to your home. Keep in mind that if you already have high ceilings and you're going to go really high with the next ceilings and do a high pitched roof, a lot of neighborhoods have a height limitation to homes. This is something that a lot of people don't realize until they start looking at building up. Most homes, I'll take, City of Tampa, for example. To my knowledge, last I looked, it's a 35-foot height limit on the height of a structure in the city of Tampa in most neighborhoods. Now, there are opportunities for variances if you can prove that it doesn't detract from the neighborhood, but that is something you need to be aware of when you're thinking of adding a second story. If there's no second story homes in your area, it's definitely something you've got to look into before you get under contract to do something like that. So, that said, if you need help designing your second story addition or renovation, we would love to help you. I would love to help you. You can go to homelove.construction/design in order to get started on our proprietary design build process that guarantees 100% smooth projects right now. You can do that right now by going to that link. It's also in the description. Thank you for watching. If you got value out of this video about the second story additions and can you add a second story, please click the subscribe button below. It does help me out a lot. It lets us reach more people who want to do projects like these, and then we get to learn more about what's required and how different ways we can do them, and then we bring them back and explain them to you right here on video. So click the subscribe button below. It helps me to help you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next vid. Peace.